Hi, this is Kai-Chen Li from MGT Section C00. I interviewed my dad for this project. My dad first asked me what is an ethical dilemma. I explained to my dad that an ethical dilemma is a situation where he needs to make a choice between two decisions, and the choices are in conflict with his own value and the situation. Then I asked him if he faced any situation of ethical dilemma. He said, "You will face a lot of situations like this in your life as you grow up." And he does remember a story that happened around 20 years ago when he was at my age. At that time, he just finished school and was trying to find a job. The first job he got is to watch over the machines that makes sweaters in a local sweater company, where they manufactured and sold sweaters. And the ethical dilemma situation happened in the first year of his career. Their company got an order of a huge amount of sweaters of all sizes, including small, medium, and large, that he needed to made and deliver by 1 month, which is a rush order. And it all goes well until they start counting different sizes of sweater they made and start packing. They realized that they didn't make enough large sweaters, but made actual of medium. The manager said, "Why don't they just mark medium to large, since it doesn't have that much difference?" My dad knows if the company who ordered these noticed this when they were selling them, it will become a big problem that the company might fine their company because of this action. But otherwise, the total lose will go to the manager. The manager told my dad that he will handle this, and you don't need to do anything and don't need to tell anybody. He will solve it well. My dad was supposed to listen to his manager since he's a small worker and under the manager's office. But my dad said he has always been honest and addressed his core value with honesty and integrity. He feels like it is a right thing to report the situation to the owner of this company, at least let the owner know what is happening before the manager makes it feels like nothing. Although he might be fired by the manager. It is an ethical dilemma that he faced whether to follow his manager direct or follow the core value of himself. My dad thinks he should report it anyways, whether he lost his job or not. He thinks the core value of himself will always be with him and work to success. I told my dad about the 8-step model we learned in class and explained what it does to us. Throughout my dad's story, the fact we gathered is they didn't make enough large-sized sweaters, but want to use the actual medium-sized sweaters to send as the large. And the manager told my dad not to tell anybody. And the ethical issue my dad faced were either following the manager's instructions with doing nothing, or reporting this situation to the owner of the company because of the core value he put on himself. The stakeholders in this story would be my dad, the manager, the owner of the company, and the company who ordered these sweaters. The consequence would be my dad got fired by the manager if he reported this to the owner of the company, or he just works as normal but maybe feels sad when he thinks about his core value. My dad's obligations is report the owner of this company since he works here, and it is his responsibility to keep the company running well. If things like this happened a lot, the company would be fail, and he will lose his job. If my dad considers his character and integrity, he is a person who likes to be honest and follow integrity. The potential action might be that the owner of the company would like to do the same thing as the manager and might dislike my dad's, thus he might get fired by the reporting this. My dad says his gut at that time is to report it anyways. The impact of knowing the 8-step model is that he will think about the consequence of each model applied in the situation more. I try to not harm his own benefit if he faces some similar situations. I also introduced the 3 simple model to my dad and told him it would have different results when applying each of them. I asked him if anything would become different if it was based on each model. He says if it was based on the consequence model, he might just stay quiet and let the manager deal with it. He needs to keep his job in order to live. If it was based on the duty, obligations, and principles, he would like to report it to the owner since it's his responsibility to help run the company as a part of the company. If it was based on integrity, the answer would be he will report it anyways since it is against his personal core value. And he says it was interesting that the answer would come out differently. And this is all the interview that I did with my dad. Thank you.